everyone and welcome to 5 minute session. Today we will discuss a very simple logical condition which is if and if statements in the Google Sheet. I know many of you already know their application, but the reason why I am making this tutorial, first this tutorial cover all possible condition scenarios, and the second this basic statement will lay the foundation of all the coming tutorials. So watch the complete tutorial and without wasting any time, let's begin this tutorial. Okay, let's first discuss the if statements. The if statements have basically two kind of the nature. One is for the single condition, and if we want to apply for the multiple conditions, like multiple conditions are true. Okay, let's start with the if statement. There are basically two kind of the if statements. One is if the single condition is true, then the value, what will be the outcome? And the second one is if the multiple conditions are true, then what will be the outcomes? So we will take the single condition. Let me type over here the single condition. So let me zoom this one so that you can clearly see what I am basically doing. Okay, I'm just taking here the case the profit, that if the profit is less than 50, then the answer will be not achieved, and if the profit is greater than 50, then the outcome will be the achieved. So hit the equal sign and write if. There are basically the three parts of the if statement. One is for the logical expression. Second one is the value if the condition is true. The third one is the value if the condition is the false. So I'm taking here if this cell greater than 50, comma, double notation because this is the text, then the outcome should be the achieved. Okay, what will be the false? So the vice versa, if this is not the case, then the value should be not achieved. Close the parenthesis and hit the enter. Okay, so if you can see where there is the value greater than the 50, here I have the achieved, and where there is the value less than 50, it is showing me not achieved. Now take the condition, that the multiple condition. So I have right here the multiple condition. For example, if I want that the profit should be greater than the 50 and the sales quantity should be the greater than the 10. So if these two conditions met, then the value should be achieved, and if both condition doesn't met, then the value should be not achieved. Because if we will take the if statements, let me write over here again the if statement. So there is only a one basically logical expression that we can provide over here. We will use the operator as an AND operator function. Let me type over here. But before that, if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe the channel and also hit the bell icon so you will never miss an update from us. So I'm writing over here that if this cell greater than 50, and my second condition is if the quantity should be greater than the 10, close the parenthesis of AND operator, then the value should be achieved. Otherwise, the value should be not achieved. Close the parenthesis, hit the enter. So if you can see that the profit is greater than the 50, but the quantity is less than 10. So it gives me the option that this is not achieved. The target is not achieved. But where there is the achieved, there is the both condition met. So let's say if we want to take an example that if multiple conditions are true, like if this one is true, then I need this one. And if this one is true, then I need this one. So what we will do over here, let me put over here the case. Here is the multiple true conditions. Hit the equal sign, write if statement. If the quantity is less than 5, then the condition is I need the outcome that it is the low performer. So I have given only the true part. For the false part, I am just asking the if formula to move. If the condition is true, yes, then bring that outcome. If the condition is not true, then move to the next condition. And here I am taking again the quantity less than 25, then the close the notations, again the comma, and now this is the third condition, that if the quantity is greater than 35, then I need the high performer. So again, the if condition for the false statement, I need to basically two conditions that should be true, and I need the AND operator. If the quantity less than 35 and the quantity should be greater than the 35. High performer. And for the false, if any of these three conditions should not met, then the outcome should be doesn't exist. So close the parentheses, all the parentheses, and hit the enter. I think there is some issue with the condition. That the third one is, let me remove the AND operator because I don't think so that this work over here. So let me remove that one. So let me again copy and paste all the formula to down. So yeah, this is basically working perfectly. So the purpose of the ifs condition is that if we want the multiple of the true values, so we can use the ifs condition rather than applying the ifs after ifs after ifs. Let me write it over here, that is the ifs. It basically have the two part. One is the condition and then the value, and then goes on. How much condition you can do, that totally depend on you. So my first condition was the quantity should be less than 5. Then the outcome should be low performer. My second condition was the quantity less than 25. Then that should be the mid performer. And my third condition was the quantity should be less than, if the quantity should be less than 35, then the outcome will be. Now close the parentheses. They are basically three conditions which I have. So I have write it down. So basically the ifs condition replace the purpose previously taken from ifs over ifs over ifs. So that is only a one condition, write the ifs, and you write the multiple condition that is true. So that's it for today. I know many of you already know about these steps, but many of you are also learned from this tutorial. So if you have learned from this tutorial, please do like, comment and share, and also subscribe the channel. We will see you in the next tutorial, and until then, take care, good care, and peace. Fearless.